we really wanted to focus on nutrients that can be helpful in your blood. Okay, so specifically ones related to fatigue. Okay, so for some people, when they're experiencing that tiredness, it can be because they might be deficient in certain nutrients. And specifically, we would look at, especially for the fatigue piece, regarding vitamin B12 and iron. Okay, so we're focusing on a dessert that actually is high in iron. And so there are different types of iron that are found in different foods. So you have the iron that's found in animal-based foods, so chicken, meat, etc. And that's actually the type of iron that's best absorbed in your body. It's called heme iron, you got it. And then there's another type of iron called non-heme iron, and that's based off of plant-based foods. And that's not as well absorbed in the body. Okay, so in order to help absorb that, you do want to combine that type of non-heme iron with vitamin C, right? So eating those two things together. And lucky for us, dark chocolate tends to be higher in iron. It's a non-heme iron, but we're going to incorporate some, lime juice to increase that vitamin C. And in our dessert, we're going to try to get in some veggies. So we're going to be using a little bit of spinach. And that type is also a non-heme iron. Yeah.
All right, so, excuse my back.
Sure.
But, so we're going to start off with the base of this dessert first. And here's another little trick. This is for using parchment paper. Again, this might save you energy and time for sure in the kitchen. Get any dish, this is a pie dish, but it can be even like a plate like this, or even like a bowl would work. And we're gonna line it with parchment paper. Now, you might think that's never gonna stay inside. So what we wanna do is just wet it under the sink and crunch it up a little bit. Just a little bit. Crunch it up into almost like a little ball. And then you unravel it, and it will tuck in really nicely to cover any dish, baking dish that you're cooking with.
The research has been found regarding the flavonoids and the benefits with heart health in dark chocolate, so something that's 70% cocoa or more. So if you're a fan of milk chocolate or white chocolate, just know that the nutrition content is not as high as you would like.
You're right. So we have our melted chocolate here, our dark chocolate, or 70% dark chocolate. And to that, we're going to add some toasted cashews. These are just chopped up toasted cashews. It's just going to make it taste amazing, so that's why we're adding it. It's going to give it some really nice texture as well. And then we're also adding a little bit more protein and nutrients and fats. Yeah. So you can see, so Sarah very easily just spread this along the bottom here, just until it covers the base. I mean, this goes to the hard worker in the kitchen after.
Yes. Don't let it go to waste.
No, I'm saving it for later. And on top of the base, now we want to do our filling. And again, we're making this really easy for ourselves. So we're essentially making a smoothie, right? And we're gonna add some yogurt. Again, we want to focus on that protein that Stephanie talked about. And any yogurt will work. This is Greek yogurt's great. Skyr, which is SKYR. It's an Icelandic yogurt. It's even higher in protein.
Yeah. And again, for those who are, because this recipe is really focusing on the fatigue piece, so if you're experiencing that tiredness, making sure that you have enough protein throughout the day is also going to help with managing the fatigue. I mean, obviously there's many other factors like exercise and, like I mentioned, looking if there's any deficiencies and any blood nutrients, but making sure you get enough protein, and everybody's needs are different, is really great. And I love it that the fact that this is a dessert and we're bumping up the amount of protein in it.
So we got yogurt. We're gonna add some blueberries, frozen blueberries. Again, loving that frozen fruit and vegetable. I'm just eyeballing this again. Like, think of it like you're making a smoothie at home. And you can use like some of those other really nice berries and frozen fruits in here
raspberries,
as well.
bananas, whatever you like.
We're using spinach. If you never had spinach in your smoothie, don't be afraid. You can't really taste it, and it's really good. This is frozen spinach. So again, frozen spinach, beautiful, fantastic, right in there. You can use fresh.
So you thawed it.
Yeah, but you don't. Honestly, you don't even need to.
Right.
It'll make it a little bit easier to blend, but if you don't have the time, just throw it in there. Let the blender do the work. And I'm going to add a little bit of lime juice. So the lime juice has the vitamin C that Stephanie was talking about. That's important to absorb
Iron.
non-heme iron. You got it, yeah. So we're going to add a little bit of that lime juice there. So we're going to add just a touch of water to that, just so it blends evenly. We're going to blend this up. And if I need more water, I'll add more water, but this looks pretty good. Beautiful. So we have our smoothie. The color is amazing. And we're just going to pour that over top. And the beautiful thing about this is you don't have to bake it. This is a no-cook dessert. Okay, so we're just going to make sure that that's nice and flat. All right, again, something to save for after. Snack on that. And that's pretty much it. If you have some more of those cashews, I'd like to just put them on the top. Now we're getting all fancy.
And if you have extra chocolate that you want to drizzle.
Yeah, now we're talking. All right. That goes in the freezer, and you just want that to set. So you can test it, I would say about 1 to 2 hours. Again, depends on your freezer, depends on how many things are in there. But you just want it to be sort of solid. And then before you serve it, just let it sit out for about 5 minutes, and that'll just make it a little bit easier to cut into. But we did one obviously ahead of time, and so that's how it looks.
Great.
And again, this is the beautiful thing about the parchment paper, is that comes right out. So it doesn't matter what dish, you don't need like any special pie pans or anything like that. That just pops right out, and then the parchment paper comes right off. And you can see the bottom, you have that beautiful hazelnut chocolate, or not hazelnut, you can do hazelnut, but chocolate cashew crust, there we go. And then the purple for the smoothie on top. And then that's it, you can cut it up into little pieces, but there we go.